I'm Urza47, and this is the first episode of Season 4 of Urza Commands the XCOM project. This season, we're going to go in, at least for me, for the first time ever, the Long War mod, which I've heard a lot about and never actually played. You can see right away that the difficulty levels are different. There's no easy mode here. The easiest level is normal. But of course we're not going to play on that. To hell with what they recommend. Classic would make for much more fun viewing, much more fun for me, because I like challenging games. For players familiar with XCOM but new to Long War. Sounds accurate to me. And there's two levels above that, Brutal and Impossible, which, judging by my experience in Seasons 2 and 3, is probably accurate. Let's take a look at the advanced options. These are disabled, they're not applicable in Long War. We'll ditch the extra canned missions, we've already played that once. Of course, in this video we will be playing in Iron Man effectively, however, because this is a beta, we will not be actually clicking this Iron Man box, so that the entire season doesn't collapse on itself if some horrible technical glitch happens. And we like poking fun at the beginner voiceovers, so we'll leave that enabled. As for the second wave additional gameplay options, we will go with aiming angles as always. And there's actually a bunch more options because since I completed the game the last time. We want not so long war for one, because Season 1 went 50 episodes, and even in not so long war, this could also go 50 episodes. If I don't check that box, we could be in for 100, 150 episodes, which is kind of a lot. So we're not going to do that. 50 episodes is plenty. Let's take a look at the rest of these. Damage roulette, new economy, strict screening, and hidden potential. So these are actually mixed up relative to the vanilla game. In the vanilla game, the starting stats of rookies are fixed and the level ups are randomized. In Long War, the opposite is true. So, having never played Long War, we'll just leave that alone. Training roulette, we always love that. Save scum, we're not going to do that because, well, those people are cheaters and they deserve to lose. Red Fog, I've played with that before. I think it's a little extreme, because a unit that loses like one hit point becomes useless, essentially. Although that might not be true in Long War, but we'll leave that alone. And the ones over here are basically things to make the game much, much more difficult. Psionic powers have low probability of success, except for this one. This one makes it easier, but the rest of these make it harder. Satellites makes more expensive. Psionics harder. Aliens might shoot you when you see them the first time. Well, it definitely makes it more like the 90s XCOM or Xenonauts, in which aliens will just shoot at you and you don't know where they are. But that's... if you actually watched my Xenonauts episodes, that kind of went to shit in a hurry, so we'll leave that off. As for that, I think we like the rest of those. So, all of that having been checked out, let's jump right into the game. That guy who wanted to actually reach out and touch that abduction pod is nuts. You don't touch weird alien artifacts that come falling out of the sky. That's just not a sensible thing to do. It does put these abduction pods that you often see in the missions into a little bit more context.
Hello, Commander. In light of the recent extraterrestrial incursion, this Council of Nations has convened to approve the activation of the XCOM project. You have been chosen to lead this initiative, to oversee our first and last line of defense. Your efforts will have considerable influence on this planet's future. We urge you to keep that in mind as you proceed. Good luck, Commander.
I feel like I might need it. So once again, we have to choose which base location we want. At least in previous seasons, Africa has been my go-to. 30% extra funding, but this is a modded version, so I think we should look at the other options as well. North America is kind of interesting. 70% of their regular cost to purchase, build, and maintain. Maintain actually is the biggie. From what I hear, the air interception game is much more frequent and important in Long War. So air and space actually is a worthwhile bonus to have. Laboratories, workshops, and officer training school projects cost 60% of their regular cost to build and maintain. Officer training school projects, as opposed to this, which is Foundry. Okay. I actually don't build a whole lot of laboratories and workshops in XCOM. Maybe Long War is... maybe that's different in Long War. South America I usually rule out because there's only 2 countries there, and so it's easy to get even if you don't have your base there. But the continent bonus is actually different. Here, power facilities will cost 60% of the regular cost to build and maintain. It's a useful bonus, but I don't think that it has quite the same impact. 30% more money is just really good. But I'm really tempted by North America. You know what? Sure. Just for a change of pace, we'll skip Africa and use North America.
Get ready to deploy. Our AO is within the continental United States. We've picked up a local broadcast indicating alien activity within a major metropolitan area. We should get down there and eliminate any hostiles.
So, first mission. Operation First Thorn. Oddly appropriate name. Alien abductions in Philadelphia. Alien abduction is in progress. Site is clear of civilians. Collateral damage is not a concern. Which is good, because knowing the way that I tend to play XCOM, collateral damage is inevitable. Although I don't think we have any explosives in this initial mission except for hand grenades, so maybe that's neither here nor there. The objectives are to neutralize all hostile targets, and also to locate and secure any meld canisters. I immediately notice also that the default soldier armor is different in Long War than it is in regular XCOM. In particular, these rookies shouldn't be wearing red, they should be wearing black. Red uniforms are reserved for squaddies.
Strike 1, this is Central. You are free to engage all hostile contacts in the AO. Don't take any chances.
Well, they let you zoom out a whole lot further. Okay, so we have also 6 units initially. Unlike, instead of 4, you get 6, and you can eventually expand to 8. Oh, cool. Also, you can see the health bars are coded based on how many of these hit points are derived from armor and how many are innate to the soldier. Which presumably is important for wound recovery, because if you only take damage that is absorbed by the armor, then you probably don't have a stay in sick bay, or a very long stay in sick bay. Oh, this rotates 45 degrees at a time instead of 90 degrees at a time. Also good to know. Okay, let's quickly look at our squad, because I know that in Long War, the initial equipment loadouts are a little bit different. We have Mackenzie with an assault rifle. He has an AP grenade, which does 4 damage to units not in cover. He also has a flashbang. Disorients targets, causing severe aim and movement penalties. Well, that flashbang is in the vanilla game, Enemy Within, but I don't think I've ever used it. I don't think I've ever deemed it worth an equipment slot. Des Moines does not have the flashbang. She only has the AP grenade. She also has an assault rifle. Presumably she has something else. Or maybe not. I don't know. Defense 4, defense -2. Alright, and Paulo de Golia. Oh, also, another cool thing you can do in Long War is steady your weapon, which is an alternative to Overwatch. It basically gives you an aim bonus on your next shot, if I read the README correctly. At any rate, de Golia also has a AP grenade and a flashbang. Juan Francisco Mendez has 2 AP grenades and no flashbang. Hun Wang Park has an AP grenade and a high explosive grenade. It does less damage, but it also affects units in cover. And it will destroy cover, as opposed to the AP grenade, which is... I guess it's more like a fragmentation grenade, as opposed to an explosive grenade. Kind of an important distinction. More AP grenade. 2 for you. Okay. And the hit points are slightly different. Wow, you only have 3 hit points. Okay. So let's take a look at the immediate surroundings. We have this burned out... oh, it's a coffee shop. Okay, so the aliens attacked this coffee shop, it looks like. And they have not totally destroyed it. They just blew a hole in the wall. The roof is still accessible. So the roof is probably something we're going to want to look at sooner or later. Also in Long War, half cover is substantially better than it is in the basic vanilla game. So we'll have our first person move out to this location. We're probably gonna just approach this in front of the building around this car area here. It looks like there's a car accident. And the maximum extent is like this. Okay. Okay, we'll have you go last. Actually, why don't you go over here just to cover this side of the street a little bit.
Heading there now.
Yeah, I think we'll just stack everyone up against the side of this car here. Ah, there's a meld inside this train car over here. Okay, so I guess that's where we're going. We'll lead off with the Simone to check out the interior. We can actually see most of the interior of the coffee building already. No contacts. Okay, edge of the world over here, so we need to be mindful of that.
Headed there now.
I'm rolling.
Sounds like there's aliens from further back in the coffee house, so we need to be mindful of that. Second meld canister somewhere in this direction.
Affermativo.
Affirmativo.
Okay, I don't see any contacts, so we'll have... Yeah, edge of the world over there. We'll have Yun Wang Park move quickly up to the...
Alien life on Earth. We're witnessing something never before seen in recorded history.
Unfortunately, these two people are not able to fire because they don't see anyone. Okay, so we have one sectoid up on the roof and two more down here. The reason I moved Park over here is because I want to get this meld before it disappears, and I immediately noticed that it doesn't tell you when it's going to expire, which is kind of crappy. I'm very worried about the alien on the roof, so I think we're going to have Dagoya try to do something about that.
Posizione confermata.
Okay, you'll go on Overwatch.
Roger, Dodger.
And we'll have Saul Nakla, come in as some support. These two people will probably hunker down. Although I'm leery of using this car for cover, because they tend to have a propensity for exploding. And that is not something we want to have happen to us.
Moving.
But I don't see any better course of action than this.
Eyes on the prize. Scansione in corso.
are they doing? Oh, he jumped off the roof. Oh, that's excellent.
Their weapons appear to self-destruct when the operator dies. We should look closely for any fragments that could be salvaged for our own development programs.
Okay, well they both fight. All three aliens did something.
Headed there now.
So we'll head over here and collect the smeld first and foremost. Should I click on it?
In hand,
There we
Commander.
go. We actually don't have eyes on because the back of this truck trailer here is blocking line of sight. We don't have actually any line of sight on the aliens currently, but we know they're both down there. And in fact, we can see the mind meld taking place. So we know the one alien we really want to shoot is here. But this is actually a really powerful position here. So we'll have Mr. Mendez with his 2 AP grenades. 59%. That's pretty good odds. What's the range on the AP grenade, I wonder? Not good enough, but he's in cover, so we're not going to be able to use it. So we'll take the 59% shot against the melding alien. Of course, they're rookies. They tend to miss.
Okay.
Well, if Angus move over here and provide some overwatch in case this alien here tries to come up and around, then next turn we can have 2 units occupy these positions here at the back of the truck. Because that's a very powerful position there. I'm a little leery of perhaps an alien hiding in the rear part of this roof here. So just in case that is true,
Roger that.
we'll have him in full cover behind this air conditioning unit. Not doing much this turn, but next turn he'll be able to like get over here and get a commanding shot against either of these 2 sectoids. And we'll probably have you move over here and do something. Simona actually has a really great line here. We'll go ahead and go aggressive here. A 60% chance to hit and probably kill this rear alien. That's pretty good.
Ciao, ciao.
Unlike in the vanilla game, however, when you kill a melding alien, it does not actually kill the alien. It only does some damage.
Ci vado ora. Occhi aperti, comandante. Overwatch. Aye, aye.
Roger that. Scan.
Covering up.
Si stanno ritirando.
I'm a little worried he'll come over here and like mess her up. But as I expected, he'll flee to a more defensive position. Or just run away entirely. That works too. Okay, so yeah, there's some meld over there. Makla, however, is in a prime position to deal with him.
Copy that.
63%, given the height advantage. 20% extra chance to hit.
X-ray neutralized.
Okay, so having dealt with that engagement without any casualties at all, we're off to a pretty good start. We had pretty good line of sight in a lot of this rear portion of the coffee shop. It actually looks more like a bar of some sort. And the meld is back here. So I think our best action here is just to move down this alleyway here on this end, because we already have most of our units there.
Headed there now.
Having the stragglers sprinting is okay, as long as you have at least the majority of your squad in an actually defensible posture. You're in pretty good shape.
Good to go.
Okay, you took a shot with your primary weapon, so you need to reload.
I'm ready.
So do you.
Pronta allo scontro.
You do not, and you do not. Was that a third caster? That looked like it was pointing over here as opposed to over here. Okay, we'll figure out what we want to do with our guy on the roof after we move up the front line.
Voy hacia ese lugar.
Mi muovo.
We'll just move up kind of slowly. We'll have somebody else up on the roof, because I feel like having somebody on the roof is a good thing.
Position confirmed.
We can occupy that position so that we have a runner who can join you. And I really like the roof, so we'll have 3 people up there.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
3 people on the roof and 3 people on the ground. Seems like a pretty good way to do things.
Rolling out.
Hey, guardia.
Scansione in corso.
Oh, you have to reload your pistols now. Okay. Good to know.
On watch. There's something out there.
I hear sectoids. Scurrying around. Is it just me, or do they bleed more than they used to? Some sort of shipping company, I presume. Okay, so let's have Angus
to that
Mackenzie
location.
take a peek over the side of the building here. Nothing.
Will do.
Interesting. Okay, well, that being the case, I feel a bit more comfortable moving aggressively. Again, I want to make sure I try to get to the meld.
Running.
That's a little bit
Voy hacia allá.
rich for my blood. Let's not get crazy now.
Si va. Mi metto di guardia.
Overwatch. Sí. I'm Overwatch.
Oh, did they just burst through this door here? They bursted through a door.
Heading there now.
Okay, with these three guys up there keeping a watch on things. So how are we going to breach this building? Probably right through this front door. Because that allows our guys on the roof a clear shot of any aliens that might lie behind it. Cover is a little bit... Aside from this position here, cover is a little bit scarce.
Ricevuto, mi muovo.
We'll have these guys shift this direction ever so slightly. Just to have a better line of sight on that door.
Yes, Commander. Roger that.
I don't think we're alone out here.
Neither do I. There's definitely aliens in that building.
ET in sight. Engage.
Oh, they came onto the roof and then jumped through the skylight. Four of them. Good news is, all of my people in the street have pretty good shots at them. Unfortunately, we don't have a height advantage against the other guy who is also on the roof. You have enough movement to just get up here. Interesting. So we can see two of them. But we know there's more in third and fourth one in there. Okay, so we'll have these three guys just start taking shots. Because I don't see why a better thing for them to do. That's why they're there. So we'll steady their aim. Oh, that's for the next turn. No, you can't do that. Okay. 56%. Pretty good odds. Ugh, you suck.
Non è possibile.
45. Not so great. Oh, but you might have a flanking opportunity.
I'm on the move.
That is a lot better.
He's down.
Unfortunately, no such luck with this alien up here. Best we can do is, like, take pot shots at him.
I'm on it, Commander.
So we'll move over here. Oh wow, he's not in line of sight now. Okay, maybe that was a mistake. Alright. Just not quite enough movement to be able to do that. But nonetheless, we'll have you move over here so you can get onto the roof next turn.
Dirigo a quella posizione.
Meanwhile, we'll have you cover this door.
Moving.
And we'll have you also on ladder detail.
Roger. I've got my eye on. Mi metto di guardia.
And of course, aliens come bursting through that door. Wow, not bad.
I'm sure my team would love to get their hands on that thing.
Wow, one of those bit thingamajigs already. Oh, that was the sound of the meld timing out, unfortunately. Ah, so some of these sectoids actually have talents. He treats partial cover as full cover. But, of course, I have that whole height advantage thing. Alright, before we do anything else, let's have... the Simone... head up to the roof.
Sto muovendo.
Just to get some idea of what's going on up here. Okay, there's an alien there. We also have a clear shot on that one there. I'm actually really not a fan at all of the bad angle here. %41 isn't very good odds. So you're going to come up on the roof and do something. But before we expend too many brain cells on that, let's... This guy in the back, 70% chance. We'll go ahead and take that shot.
Out of the game.
Oh wow, he had some kind of armor, but we managed to kill him anyway, so that's good.
Posizione confermata.
Wow. These rookies are crack shots. We still have a guy up here who can potentially do something.
Moving.
38% is not very good chance to do much, but we'll take it anyway. We're never gonna have much chance to kill those things because they're fast, fly around, hard to hit.
I'm on the move.
Good to know that that square is now clear because we've shot some of the aliens that were... You know, let's just give it the high explosive grenade. That's probably the safest tactic here. And that did exactly what I wanted it to do. Now this alien is just dead meat. No cover at all. And best of all, we still get the fragments from it. So that only leaves this guy here behind that box and this droid thing. Because this alien has eyes on no less than 3 members on the adjacent roof, we're going to have Mendez be our blitzer. He's going to rush in, but remain out of sight. Specifically, he's going to rush to this position here.
Recibido, señor.
But the aliens aren't going to know he's there. This alien's probably going to run away. That's fine too. Ah, see, now look where he is. He's in a perfect position to get totally ambushed by... Oh my gosh. I did not expect that to happen. That thing hurts. My goodness. Okay, well, before we do anything else, let's have Mr. Mendez take this sectoid out.
Afirmativo.
100% to hit. Can't possibly screw this one.
Alien neutralizado.
And I suppose we'll just try to terminate this. I'm a little worried that it might, like, explode or something. As such,
Heading to that location.
we'll at least move over here before we start shooting at it.
Damn it. Enemy is still alive.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'll just start shooting at it. Somebody will hit it eventually.
Sono senza colpi, nessun danno.
Keep shooting. There we go.
Good work out there, Strike One.
If I may, Commander, the labs are on high alert. Teams are standing by for your orders. We can begin researching the newly recovered artifacts immediately.
10 dead aliens, no casualties. Pretty good start. And only injury was that one at the end by the robot thing. I really had no good options for dealing with.
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research labs.
Welcome to XCOM HQ, Commander. I'm Central Officer Bradford. My role in this project is twofold: providing tactical support for our field operations, and keeping you briefed on the current situation. My efforts should allow you to focus on the bigger issues at hand. Speaking of which, we have a soldier waiting for a promotion in the barracks. I'll let you get to it.
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research labs.
Gravely wounded 20 days. Okay, well. And everyone else has been fatigued for some period of time. And I did a good job of... Wow, the only person who got no kills is also the one gravely wounded. Okay, so there's also a lot more...
Commander to the research labs.
We'll come back to that in a second.
The recovered artifacts are being unloaded, and the research team is waiting your orders. We'll get started as soon as you give the order, Commander.
So there's a lot more classes in Long War than there is in vanilla XCOM, as you might have surmised from that screen, which we'll investigate more in just a second. So we can research xenobiology and alien material. Shut up, Mr. PA woman. I'll get there. This also is why I'm not promoting soldiers, because that PA would make me go nuts if I had to deal with that when picking promotions 6 different times, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing because it's roulette and Long War, and it's all new. Okay, so we have 5 meld. I thought the thing said 4 earlier. Could have sworn it said 4 earlier. Maybe it rounds up to the nearest denomination of 5, I don't know. Also 10 fragments, a drone wreck, and 9 sectoid corpses. So we get all of the salvage there.
Hello, Commander. My name is Dr. Valen. I oversee the research labs. This is where all of XCOM's research and development takes place. We have already begun analyzing the artifacts recovered from our first encounter with the aliens. Based on our preliminary findings, we believe we can use them to develop some new equipment for our soldiers. With your approval, we will begin research immediately.
So, yeah, that seems like a good idea. Let's get researching immediately.
Commander to engineering. Commander to engineering.
I don't have enough alloys to research alien materials. Well, normally alien materials was what I wanted to research, but I can't actually do that yet. Therefore, I guess it'll be alien weaponry.
Commander to engineering. Commander to engineering.
Lead to advances on our own weapons development programs. I don't know if we need better weapons, though. My weapons seem to do a pretty good job already of taking care of them. So I'm going to go for the somewhat unusual route of taking xenobiology first.
Seems the complexities of our latest research projects are overwhelming the current staff. I hope you'll consider seeking out additional scientists to bolster the team.
It'll be a high priority, Dr. Valen.
Commander to engineering. Commander
Yes, let's go to engineering so that the
Ah,
PA can stop
Commander.
yelling at me.
I was wondering when you'd be stopping by. Welcome to engineering. Anything they can dream up in the research labs, we can build it here. Speaking of which, Dr. Valen has just sent us some new schematics. With your approval, we will begin fabrication.
Schematics, you say? For a sawed-off shotgun. A truncated combat shotgun suitable for carrying in place of a pistol. Huh. How much do these go for?
Commander to mission control. Commander to mission control.
Oh, apparently you can also build them quickly. I don't know, we'll have to take a look at that. Oh, this turns a shotgun into a sawed-off shotgun. Okay, I don't know how many shotguns I have. We can build a shiv. Satellite. Well, we gotta start building those right away. Autoloader converts 1 additional burst from our mechanized unit's primary weapon before a reload is required. Oh, and you can rebuild a shiv that breaks down. Huh. Maybe shivs are worthwhile in this version. Oh, that just does what I would expect it to do.
Commander to mission control. Commander to mission control.
Okay, well, we'll deal with that later.
Every member of the Council is going to want satellite coverage, so we should plan our deployments carefully.
So, a lot more going on in the Situation Room. First of all, funding is improved substantially with the satellite, but you still get some even if you don't have one. And also the panic levels are much more granular. They were granular in the vanilla game, but it just wasn't as apparent.
Commander to mission control. Commander to mission control.
So initially Germany and India are the problem countries. Let's take a look at the XCOM finances. Making pretty good money already. 581 a turn. 581 a month, that's pretty good. Okay, let's look at the barracks. We have a crap ton of soldiers. Holy crap. I do like that it displays their stats in this screen as well. It makes it much more useful. Although I still kind of wish you could see more at a time. I kind of have this gigantic spreadsheet of units that are sortable like they are in Xenonauts, but I guess this will do.
Commander to mission control. Commander to
Yes,
mission control.
Okay, great. I'm in mission control. Thank you. Now let's go back to the barracks and do our promotions. So he's being promoted to Specialist.
The heavy weapons specialist provides a crucial service to the squad. With the rocket launcher in tow, there are demolitions experts.
Okay, so we have an option of suppression and fire a rocket. We can also choose a random subclass. This will assign a soldier a random subclass. Oh, I see. We get to pick whether we want... Okay, so we have a heavy unit, and it can be either a suppression heavy or a rocket heavy. Or, if I want neither of those, I can choose this to have something completely different. Oh, and it tells you how many experience points you have, too. Cool. Okay, well, I like rockets, so we'll probably go with that. Let's see here. We have one heavy, 2 snipers, a support, actually 2 supports, and an assault. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take the fire rocket. Wow, they're changing colors automatically. That's interesting. Okay, so he's a rocketeer. That's good. Mr. Mackenzie.
Our snipers specialize in dealing massive amounts of damage from afar, but without sufficient training, they're vulnerable in close combat situations.
Okay, so we have 2 snipers. Let's think about this a little bit. A 69 with -3 defense, and 68 with 4. So presumably they've rebalanced these that make snapshot snipers actually something good. So we'll have this guy actually be our conventional far away from everything sniper. Wow, lots more rules. Any ally site raised within weapon range but critical chance suffers a -30% penalty, and units targeted with squad sight usually cannot be flanked. Or I can take lightning reflexes. I'm not sure what... Oh, this is like scout business. Okay, so we want squad sight. And as for this guy, yeah, lightning reflexes is just really good. We'll go ahead and take that. So we have a scout, and we have a sniper. So our assault.
The assault class serves as our front line. They're the first ones into a fight, and the last ones out.
Wow, these are both really good. So this is like these are like our DPS options. With -2 defense, I think you would be better suited as the infantry class, sure. And for Mr. Mendez, one of our 2 support options. This, by the way, this is one who's not injured, and also has more defense but slightly more accuracy.
Just like it sounds, the support class provides that intangible edge our squads need. They make everyone around them better.
So we can have a field medic. Grants 1 free use of a medkit permission and allows 2 additional medkit items. Additional medkit items to be used 2 times per battle instead of 1. Also allows restorative mist items to be used 3 times per battle instead of once. And we have Grenadier allows 2 destructive grenades in a single inventory slot. The soldier may throw grenades 20% further. Well, because you're going to be available, we'll go ahead and take medic. And Miss Park we'll give our Grenadier class. Or the Engineer. Okay. So we have a Rocketeer, a Scout, a Medic, an Infantryman, a Sniper, and an Engineer. Wow, they start you with a full barracks. 39 guys already. Alright. Well, that'll do it for this episode. Join me next time when we start spinning that globe and watch the aliens start picking away at us little by little. I'll see you then. So long.